Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. William Holtz with Lake TV. And it is obvious that things right now are a little different than they were 2 or 3 months ago with the coronavirus pandemic, not just here at Lake of the Ozarks and in the state of Missouri, but across the entire country and globally. Things are certainly different than we had anticipated, and we are in uncharted territory. Now, unfortunately for us, we do believe we see a light at the end of the tunnel, and like any unfortunate encounter or event, there's always an opportunity to look at the glass half full, and our Lake of the Ozarks community has certainly given us plenty of opportunities to see the light at the end of the tunnel and look at the glass half full. On this special feature today, we're going to show you 5 different businesses, organizations, or community members who have answered the call for our Lake of the Ozarks community and selflessly stepped up to go above and beyond and giving back. Joining us now for our first story, you probably recognize them from the Camdenton FIRST LASER Robotics 3284 program. They've sent students to Stanford, Caltech, MIT, among countless others. The directors of the Camdenton FIRST LASER Robotics program, Mitch and Sherry Comer, are joining us. Hey, guys.
Hello.
You guys are there at the shop. You guys are working. Also joining us with Potters House, the church here. Scott Songson is joining us as well. Hey, Scott.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, absolute pleasure. So, reason we've got these 3 individuals here with us, with the shortage of supplies, you guys have seen the shortage of hand sanitizer, gloves, rubbing alcohol, and protective masks. Well, Mitch and Sherry Comer at their robotics program and shop there have been doing something very special to help with this shortage and answer that call. So, Mitch, Sherry, just tell us a little bit about that. And I understand Scott kind of fits into this story. So I'm going to let you guys take it away and just fill us in on exactly how we got to this point with these masks you guys are making.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for having us on today to share the laser story. Basically, the whole thing started with a text to Tom Williams at Lake Regional Hospital, who is one of our amazing sponsors of the laser programs, pre-K through 12th grade in Camdenton. And we had been seeing posts on the FIRST Robotics threads about teams stepping up to help their local healthcare providers. And we were kind of feeling powerless and felt like we needed to do something for our community. And we wanted to try to keep our kids involved, but that's hard remotely. They were able to help in the beginning of this endeavor. Tom said that they really needed face shields at the hospital, and we knew that was something that we could do through 3D printing. And so Mitch started doing research, and Zane Folk, one of our amazing seniors on the team, and they really looked at a lot of different designs and figured out what they thought would work best.
Okay. So after finding a design we felt was really good, it's a PERSA RC3 version, and it's a company in Czech Republic that makes the PERSA 3D printers. They're making about 1,000 face shields a day, and at the point I decided to go with them, they had already made 10,000 and had great reviews. And so we procured some PETG sheet and enough to make 150 for the hospital, downloaded the prints, and the school was really great to work with. And the administration allowed Sherry and I to come in here and work. The middle school allowed us to go and relocate 10 of their eMints printers that they just got this year down to my room. So we only have 1 point of entry and 1 classroom to keep it safe. And so we're printing about 12 to 13 headbands a day.
Every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours, and getting about 36 to 48 a day. And so, and then just a day or 2 into this, I got contacted by Scott, who is with the Potters House, and great minds think alike. And they too were printing the RC headband. But Scott's business is in the die and tool business, and his church had agreed to get some other sheet material. And I believe, Scott, if you want to tell your side of the story, how you got the die and got
Sure.
the sheet material.
Sure. Yeah. It started back on March 22nd, and I had a friend of mine, Nathan McKinney, that had contacted me, and he does 3D printing for my hobby business, Resto Mod Tech, here based in Lynn Creek, and wanted to know, what the best way of making the clear shields would be. Whether or not you could cut them or laser them, and my mind went pretty quickly to having them die cut, and my day business is Velocity Design Service, and that's in the metal stamping tool and die arena, and so of course I think high production, everything that I'm doing on that. So the very next day I contacted my friends down at Regal Plastics, a regional supplier of plastic material, and that I've used for Resto Mod Tech. And within a few days, we had ordered a stamping die to be able to produce those, even more quickly and efficiently than many people have lasers. A lot of individuals have 3D printers nowadays, but there's not really that many individuals that have the laser capacity to be able to do that, like the robotics team does. Anyway, so at about that point is when I'd reached out to my church elders and said, hey, I know you guys have been looking for ways to, contribute and reach out to your community and show love. And so they got behind procuring almost 200 sheets of the material, which is no small cost. And so we, through the church, are donating that. And we're also hoping that die, that's basically, I'm going to sign over ownership to that to Regal Plastics, so that in the coming months, as material becomes available, because as I'm sure you guys have heard, there's a supply chain shortage on plastics and toilet paper and other things. So
elastic.
Yeah, elastic and other things. So anyway, so we're hoping that die gets further use as the months go by. But it was about that time when Mitch and I got together, and Sherry too, that we saw that we could combine and be able to do a lot more good with a combined effort there. So anyway, so we've got the first run of about 1,000 parts. There's another 4,000 that we hope to get here within a week, and we're working in combination with the robotics team there to be able to get those clear plastic face shields married up with the 3D printed headband and the elastic. And there's I could go on with a list of friends and that have been supportive through this. And as we were scrambling to be able to figure out, okay, is this the right thing? Is this our hospital is actually going to be able to use these? So it's just been amazing watching people be able to come together that have the heart to be able to get something in the hands of healthcare workers there on the front line. So it's been great.
Sure. Scott, now you mentioned, I want to bring Mitch and Sherry back in here for this part, because now I understand Scott's kind of very humble, so he probably won't tell you this, but when you say 200 sheets of that material, that is a substantial cost. Mitch, Sherry, what does 200 sheets of that material go for right now?
Oh, if it's a lot. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to steal Scott's thunder or the church's thunder. They're very generous, and because of their willingness, Sherry and I, through First Robotics, have a really great network of people around the state that are STEM related and eager to help as well. And many of them were facing the same problem, where they had access to 3D prints, but they didn't have access to get the face shield material or how to get it cut to fit. And we reached out to some of these partners, and we will have face shields going to Kansas City, Harrisonville, Sedalia, Columbia, St. Louis, and a large number to the Springfield area, plus serving our lake area.
That's incredible.
And that's because of the Potters House generous donation And also, the BFW Post and Auxiliary also donated money directly to the team to help cover cost of the filament.
That's incredible. And
So
you guys mentioned, both of you guys mentioned,
amazing.
well, both of you guys had mentioned Nathan McKinney had been involved with Jason Whittle. Talk about some of the others that are currently helping make masks, and maybe tell us how many masks you guys have made and donated here locally so far.
Well, the local library, Michael Davis and Tommy Denver, they have a couple of printers over there, and they've been printing and dropping off headbands here at the high school as well. Chris Franken has a printer at home and is printing headbands.
His daughter's on our middle school team, so she's printing at home.
Yeah, and we put a newspaper article out last week saying, hey, Amazon is sold out of elastic, and so we asked for community members if they had any 3/4 or 1 inch elastic to drop it off. And we had 2 or 3 tubs full of elastic by community members drop it off. And because of that, we're going to be able to get these shields out the door and supply ready for the end user to wear. And up to date, we've Sunday, I had delivered 250 completed face shields in the lake area.
And we've got another batch to take to the hospital today. The nursing homes have requested them, dental office, EMTs, Mid-County Fire. So we're all just working collaboratively in the community to get as many headbands printed, and with the donation of the shields from the Potters House, we're going to be able to make this little good intention become a very big impact in our local area.
And also some of the local nursing homes, which has kind of been on the lower need maybe and not got some of the PPE material. We're going to get that to them as quick as we can. And we're hoping maybe through this broadcast that there might be some other people in the lake area that have not heard about it and have access to 3D printers. We can, if they go to our laser3284.org website, we have the files, and there's a video of me putting together a face shield. And if they can contact us and we can have a drop-off point here at the school, they can drop it in, we'll sanitize it, and the hospital sanitizes everything we deliver to them. And we have a note in the bag whenever we provide any of these shields to the person that they must sanitize them before use and use every precaution to be safe.
Now, let me ask this. Is there still a financial need for more materials, or is it a matter now, I see all the machines going behind you, is it a matter of now just being able to produce enough to keep up with the demand?
Right now, we're in pretty good shape. Of course, we would never turn down a donation. If we didn't use it for this community project, we would certainly use it for another. Our high school team is a 7-time back-to-back chairman's team, which is the most prestigious award that FIRST honors teams with. And that's basically given to teams that epitomize what a FIRST team should be by helping the community and growing STEM, not only in their area, but at state, national, and international levels. So any of those funds that were not directly used for this, if we were able to produce enough to meet the need, would go to a very good cause at a later time. But right now, we're in pretty good shape with the donation from Potters House and BFW. But as the requests come in, that is likely to change.
Very good. Now, before we go, I did want to let Scott say this, and I guarantee you this is not the reason the Potter House donated this, but anytime I look at a local church that I am attracted to, I want that church to look like Jesus. I want their members to look like Jesus. And so I want to give you an opportunity, Scott, to talk about the Potter House, where you guys are located, and some of your service times and outreach programs, just to share with people that may be looking right now for a home church. Tell us about the Potter House.
Sure. Yeah. Well, right now we're conveniently located on YouTube. So that's pretty well the way that's going right now. But so if you do a YouTube search for Potters House of Camdenton, you can find us there. We're located at the intersection of Old South 5 and the new Highway 5 there. just down the road from the high school. Anyway, where normal service times are at 10 o'clock. We have small groups that meet in home or normally meet in homes. And there's a new preschool that has just started up there as well. So yeah, we would welcome anybody to join us, whether it's virtually on YouTube or come and join us as soon as this crisis is subsided and we can get back and fellowship and worship together. So we'd love to have anybody that is a follower of Christ or wants to know more about Jesus to come and attend with us.
Awesome, Scott. Man, well, thank you for your call or your answer to the call and for your guys' selflessness at the Potter House. Before we go, I did want to ask Mitch and Sherry, before we go, is there any last thoughts or anything we missed that we need to let people know as far as things they can do or any updates from you guys?
We're just really thankful to the community for the support they've shown in helping provide materials, and please just reach out in the community and see how they can help.
And Mitch has got
we
one
still
of the
need
masks.
elastic. Yeah.
And I'll jump in here, guys. Mitch and Sherry are working tirelessly, printing and assembling. And there's a lot of people with 3D printers out there. And if you guys could do us a favor and post through Lake TV that robotics website that Mitch gave a little bit ago, and that's a big deal to be able to act as the center hub where individuals and it can be businesses. I'll give you a quick example. There's a customer of mine in East St. Louis that I just happened to mention what we were doing, and they went out and bought 11 more 3D printers and started rocking and rolling. They were knocking out 50 headbands a day.
Wow.
Mitch and Sherry will attest that we're not doing anything special here. There's a lot of people that want to help. They just don't know how to help. And so, if you've got a kid or a grandkid that has a 3D printer, direct them to the Robotics Teams website, and they'll get connected with what file to be printing and the instructions on what to do and how to drop off. And every little bit is going to help on that. So I just encourage people to do that, and appreciate that Lake TV's going to help us get the word out on that, because that's a genuine need. Right now, costs are covered for the clear shields, and I know the school administration and the robotics have spent a lot of their fundraising on this for this great cause, but they could also restock some of their funding too so that they can continue being an excellent team in 2021.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, my friends, I thank you guys for all you're doing. I mean, seriously, this is incredible to see a Lake of the Ozarks community, and the fact that we've got our robotics program where the kids get to see early in life how important it is to be a big-time player in your community like you guys always have been. So thank you so much, my friends. God bless you, and we will look forward to keeping up with you as this progresses, and if we can continue to get the information out, you've got our number, so don't hesitate to contact us, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, my friends, we'll see you soon. That was Mitch and Sherry Comer with the Camdenton FIRST Laser Robotics 3284, and that was also Scott Sonkson with the Potters House partnering for those face shields. We're going to give you a closer look at some of their work right now.